So as I mentioned with roads, we're really trying to minimize the amount of runoff. So essentially water coming off of that road that's carrying with it sediment, sediment that often has phosphorus and other pollutants on it that we don't want to get into our waterways. So to do that is we're trying to minimize how much of basically a sediment highway our roads can be. So we don't want water just ripping down those roads unobstructed, kind of gaining energy and then ultimately blowing out both the road as well as getting into a water body. So to do that, we'll put in many cases, think of these as speed bumps for that water, places that are basically diverting that energy as that water is running down the road and capturing that water and diverting that off to the side into an area where it can settle out and essentially be filtered by the soil and kind of taken up ultimately by trees again. So what a water bar is doing is essentially creating this small dip kind of on a slight angle across the road, where as that sediment, you can see it here, as water was working down this road in a recent rainfall event, if we didn't have this water bar here, it would have continued and accelerated and kind of blown out off this road here. But what happened is it hit this water bar and essentially diverted into this flat area where essentially a lot of the sediment that it was carrying settled out and minimized how much actually could make it into a water body, and also minimize the erosive force, kind of the force of that water to tear up that road and essentially cause damage to that road. So even though they're often an investment in kind of what we're doing out there, takes time, certainly slows you down in terms of how fast you can drive on this road. In the long run, it actually is going to sustain this road in terms of its quality, because it's not allowing very high erosive energy to get through this road system and kind of dissipating that force to the side here.